Hi guys. All right, it's recipe time. This will be my first video here. Yes, Finn, we hear you. Finn's having a cow. It's going to be recipes for today, and I think it's some sort of a meat casserole, and I am going to be altering the recipe just a smidge, but we're going to cover it all as we go. Okay. I'm putting up a picture of all the ingredients that you need. And okay, let's get to it. All right, here are the things you need. And remember, I don't endorse anything specific. 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 pound of lean ground beef. I've got 96% fat-free here. A medium onion chopped up, a green bell pepper chopped up. I don't like green, I use orange. 2 cloves of garlic minced. 3/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1 can, it's 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes, 1.5 cups of low sodium beef broth, 1 cup uncooked white long grain rice, 1.5 teaspoons of worcheshire sauce, 1 cup of shredded cheese, Monterey or cheddar, Jack cheddar, and 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, and that's optional. So in a large skillet, you heat your oil over a medium heat, and then they want you to add the beef in and flatten it so it's like a flat layer in the pan, and cook untouched until brown underneath, just on one side, and that takes about 4 to 5 minutes. I considered that brown enough, and then you add the peppers, the onions, the garlic, the salt, and the pepper. And they want you to break up the meat and cook it for another 5 minutes until the meat is cooked and the vegetables are tender, the peppers and the onions. After that, you stir in the tomatoes with their juice, the beef stock, the tomato paste, the worcheshire sauce, and at that point, you're supposed to add the rice, but I didn't. Now, this is where I changed the recipe because I'm cooking the rice in here, not in here. You're supposed to put the rice in there and put a lid. Well, I don't have a lid, I realized halfway through. So you're supposed to bring it to boil and then put the lid on and let it simmer. Obviously, I can't do that, and I have to let the fluid soak in and evaporate. So I'm just gonna let it boil, and hopefully there won't be too much extra fluid, but if there is, we can always pour it, over the rice when it's done. As my husband hates cheese, this is where you put the cheese on top and wait a few minutes and let it melt. But again, hubby hates cheese, so I left the cheese off. I'll put that on my own plate, and then you sprinkle with parsley. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the final dish. The rice is underneath, the cheese and parsley on top, and it is really good. Finn wants some. Obviously, you can put the rice in, bring it to boil, put a lid on, and let it sit for 20 to 25 minutes if that's the way you want to cook the rice. But whenever I've tried cooking stuff that way in the past, the rice doesn't cook. So that's why I did it in the rice maker separately. So I hope it's a great recipe. It really is good. I hope you guys enjoy it and give it a try. I wanted to add this on the end. I did look. It's 400 calories a serving, and it serves 6 people. So if you leave the cheese out, that really drops the calories. But 400 calories for dinner, because the onions, the pepper, the tomatoes, the tomato paste is almost no calories. The only 2 ingredients that are calories are the cheese and the hamburger meat. And like I said, I use 96% fat-free hamburger meat. One more quick thing. I put all the ingredients into MyFitnessPal. The meat, the pepper, everything is here except the cheese. Everything is here except the cheese. Remember, I told you it feeds 6 people. And it comes out to 245 calories. So if you leave the cheese off, that's really lean. And I will tell you also that the cheese that I use is the low-fat cheddar. So that only added like 75 calories. So that literally only took it up to 300 calories still. So there you go.